Hey, what's up, gracious? Good morning to you, good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do, and you know why I do it. It is Thursday, June 27th, and it is 2:56 in the a.m. And I am reading just for today. Now, for those of you who are just now tuning in, my first two readings every morning are recovery readings because I work in the field of recovery. And I want to get grounded and focused for my day and my tasks at hand. So I use just for today, which is Narcotics Anonymous, and Daily Reflections, which is AA. I use those two readings to start my day, and like I said, give me insight and focus on the aspects of my day. They may not always pertain to my actual hands-on work, but they kind of, like I said, get me grounded and give me ideas for the progression in my devotional readings as I go through my recordings. Hope that makes sense. At any rate, this morning, yeah, we're on point. This morning it talks about change and growth. Now, you've heard me share consistently that I started this recordings in 2020, and it has progressed as I've gone through life and some life changes, and I've gone through some serious life changes in the past 4 years. Some serious life changes. I lost my mom. A couple of friendships that I actually truly believed, and wanted to maintain, but it got rough. And in the process of losing my mom and, experienced that grief, I went through a whole lot of emotions. And for the most part, my go-to emotion, my drug of choice, if you will, is anger. I grew up in a household where communication wasn't key. I grew up in an area where communication wasn't key. You communicated by controlling. You communicated by violence. And I'm going to be very real about that. I'm going to be very real about where I am. And be very real about who I am. Because I did promise to keep these recordings real, raw, 100, and autobiographical. And as my grandmama would have said, or has said, and it stuck with me, if you're ashamed of it, you don't need to do it or be it. You don't have to sneak and hide. You're gonna do it, be bold about it. And a lot of us are bold about the behaviors, but we sneak and lie to get to that place. And then when it's exposed, then we either stand 10 toes down or continue to lie. Okay. Change and growth. Here's the opening statement. When someone points out a shortcoming, our first reaction may be defensive. There will always be room for growth. And I'm posing the question, is there always room for growth? Or do you want to remain the same and just grow old? There's a difference. And I'm going to challenge a bunch of you by saying, you don't have any room for growth. Your roots are all entangled in stuff that it doesn't need to be entangled in, which stunts your growth. And most of us like to stay in pots, okay, that are too small and confining, because letting your roots spread out, letting your roots grow is somehow threatening. We keep these tight little circles to keep our tight little secrets, right? But, yeah, there's a but. Here's what's funny about that. When we're in the habit of lying, when we're in the habit of being deceptive, we're in the habit of, reinforcing and continuing in our sin, we keep our circles really small. You know, again, here's that phrase I'm going to use, controlling the narrative. We don't want our secrets to get out. So we keep this circle really small with people who are doing the exact same thing. So I'm not letting my roots spread. I'm in a small pot with the same kind of folk, right? You know, and we're cool with that. But the minute we connect with somebody who challenges our growth and gives us the opportunity to grow, who nourishes that growth, we call them controlling and we don't like them. So what do? We retract our roots and choke out life. We do that on our own. When they've given us the opportunity, they put us in a new environment and, you know, giving you room to spread out. And we call them controlling. Why? Because we're content in our stink. We're content in controlling our narrative. You know, with this tight little circle that's going to eventually choke us out. You know, I shared a while back, you know, I was in a crew of negativity. I'm going to put it like that, a crew of negativity. We complained, we grumbled, we were disgruntled. Some more vocal than others. Some to the point where it seemed really aggressive and petty because they were, put it like that, constantly kind of nitpicking and attacking people as a means of power. You know, and forgot the lesson, childhood lesson. If they're talking to you about somebody else, they're eventually going to talk about you. Forgot that lesson. And when my turn came, it was brutal. You know, I had to look at that. And I didn't return rudeness for rudeness. I'm not going to stand here or sit here and preach piety to you, because I haven't always been that way, you know. And you will hear me periodically say, I give as good as I get. I know me. So this is a new discipline for me, learning, you know, humility, if you will. This is a new discipline. And it ain't comfortable, y'all. Is it growth? Yes. Is it difficult? Yes. Do you like it? Not always. So getting back to the opening statement, when someone points out a shortcoming, our first reaction may be defensive. But then I'm posing the question, is there room for growth?